We are continuing our conversations with this year's Big Tell filmmakers. The Big Tell is a regional filmmaking program that offers grants for the production of short documentaries. This year, 10 filmmakers featured stories from California's Great Central Valley. You can watch the Big Tell Showcase right here on KC24 Saturday, November 26th at 8 p.m. And that is where you can see this next film in its entirety. We take a peek into the film, How Sweet It Is. Let's take a look.
During World War II, when the Ikeda family was interned at Jerome, Arkansas, Mr. Ikeda made manju for the internees.
From what I understand through my dad's friends, when my grandfather would go in the kitchen, he would ask everybody to leave, and then he would make the manju for the people in the camp. I never knew that until someone told me, but he made sure that everybody would leave, that he was the only person in there. That's how he kept the secret. When I was growing up, like in high school, I didn't want the business to just stop at my dad. I wanted to continue on, so I made a decision, like probably the first year in college, to carry it on.
So joining us now is filmmaker Edward Godo, and your film is called How Sweet It Is, the Kongetsu Do Story. Did I get that right?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so what's Kongetsu Do? What is that?
Well, it's a over 100-year-old Japanese confectionery store in downtown Fresno. Yes.
Oh, they've been there for 100 years?
Since 1915.
How'd you find this store? How'd you find this story?
Well, being of a Japanese-American background myself, I was a member of the Buddhist church downtown, so as a kid, and downtown, it's just right around the corner from the church. So, being a kid, we just used to go over there and after church sometimes and get some of these pastries, basically.
So what will we find in a Japanese confectionery store?
Well, the word for the pastry is manju, and there's two terms like manju and mochi. So basically, it's a pastry, sort of like in a way, a calzone in a way, but it's small.
Yeah.
And the outside is either like baked.
Like a dumpling almost, right? It's got like filling in it.
Rice flour is on the outside, or they use other flours on the outside, and then the inside is like a bean paste.
Right.
It's crushed and then made with sugar, so it's very sweet. And so it's very, for people who aren't used to it, it's sort of weird because it's usually beans are savory, but this is sweet, and it's usually mushed into a very fine paste.
It's the red bean paste, right? In some of them.
That's right. They have red and white actually.
Oh, and white. I love the red bean.
I like the white myself.
The white one.
Yes.
I haven't tried it.
Yes.
So this is why I love the Big Tell, because you tell stories about all these places that a lot of people don't know about. So you went to this place as a kid, and the Big Tell comes around in the spring. They're asking for ideas, and you thought of this story first, or how did you land on telling this story?
I've always had the story in mind, and actually, to be honest with you, I think I put it into the Big Tell, applied a few years ago.
Oh.
It didn't make it, and I thought, well, I'll try one more time and see if it'll go. So for those of you out there, don't give up and go ahead and try to apply again. So
What do you think about the story was different this time that they wanted to include it?
Well, I emphasize that I didn't think there were very many Japanese-American stories in the Big Tell.
Yeah.
I don't think. And so I thought this is a really classic one, and it's not just a historical story, it's also something that's still going on today.
It is a classic story, and we actually have a really big Japanese population in the Central Valley, and I don't know if we see that many stories about this often. And how many other Japanese confectionery stores are there in the Central Valley? Do you know of any?
This is the only one, well, except for Sacramento.
Oh, okay. But that's that is the Central Valley, but that's not what we're talking about here. This is incredible. Okay, so how did you get your subjects, and was it easy to get these people to understand that their store really is a story that people want to hear?
Well, actually, Lynn Ikeda, who's the owner-operator right now, actually who makes the manju mochi, I probably met her as a small child, I just don't remember, but I just talked to her, and she was very excited, and they understand that this is a very, I guess, rare, kind of important store, and it's very rare in the whole valley, and in the whole United States too. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if I've ever been to a Japanese. I've gotten the pastries at like dinner before, but I've never been inside of a specialty store like that.
Right, there's only 6 in all America, and they're all on the West Coast, and the film sort of covers that very briefly, yeah.
Okay, okay, so we interviewed you last year for the Big Tell. How was this project maybe different than other projects that you've worked on, or did you run into any new challenges this year?
Yes, challenges. Well, in the past I've always done, or usually done like artists or history type stuff, so there's a lot of archival footage, and with artists they have their art, so it's very interesting and fun. So this, I found out very quickly, became a food shoot. So, and I had never done a food shoot before, so it's basically like trying to take something, not that they're boring, but visually it's not like art, right? Although it takes some art and technique to make them. So I had to think about the setups. My first shot was just sort of a rotating pastry on a dish here, and I thought, oh wow, this is not going to cut it. So I had to like really think about the setups and backgrounds, foregrounds, and things like that. Yeah.
It all is, for anybody who's not in the media industry, it's all, you know, a mental challenge and a mental sort of obstacle course to try and tell a story with video and picture. And the footage that I have seen is absolutely beautiful, which adds to the story. So I can't wait to see the film in its entirety. You'll be able to see Edward Goto's film in its entirety during the Big Tell Showcase. So thank you so much for being here again. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you're looking to spruce up your home before Christmas Day or New Year's celebrations, then you have to hire a professional. Gennaro, the general contractor, is on next.